the full by Bart Nogard, so we go back to a scrum, said Mr. Birtwistle, on the halfway line.
Yeah, disappointing start there by Marist. He'd be disappointed. You'd like to be able to get the ball and have that physical contact, and he's opened up with the blue.
Let's have a look how these scrum go, Alan. You talk at the front row of John Akarangi, Matthew Var, and on the loose head side for Marist, we have Kevin Napier.
A lot of pressure going in there. Suburbs holding it, but it looks ominous there from the first scrum. There can be a lot of hassles in that front row for Suburbs.
On the full, so that's both the first fives making mistakes early on in the game.
Yeah, just a bit of nerves, just trying to settle down. You know, there's a lot at stake here for these guys. It's been a long, hard season. Just got to calm things down. No pressure on number 10 there, Terry Rahui. A very confident first five, so he himself will be disappointed in having an Ermi blemish.
Andrew Varr to throw in for Marist. He'll be looking to find Eamon Murphy, number 5 in the line out. Richard Fromont taps back. Charge down Akarangi through the front. Young Varr can't get through it. Bad tap back ball by Richard Fromont. You know, if you can't win the ball with 2 hands today, Alan, you're going to be in trouble. Yeah, you see badly tapped down to the half-back Tuala, and he can't control it. Charge on by John Akarangi.
Yeah, in this sort of weather too, the ball's going to be flying around a bit, those line-outs, and Richard wouldn't have been happy with that, and of course Murray Tuala was under a lot of pressure.
Beautiful two-handed jump by Richard Fromont. Murphy hanging on him, but comes back around. He says he was offside, he got out the way. It's a good drive by Suburbs. Big Malcolm Home taking it in there. Suburbs forwards there over the top. Ball retention so important. Tuala, Terry Rahui steps back to the blind side. Matthew Grace is on him.
Big hit there, big run by
Huiava has a run. Fromont having a good charge upfield.
Hold back.
Showing his experience. Ball retention. Tuala again. Rahui. A right foot up, and he cops one in the chin.
Late tackle there from 2 number Andrew Val. This could be serious. And Terry Rahui's down. He may have caught one right in the cheek there or nose area.
Yeah, we'll have a look at that again as you see Rahui looks up. Alan, he sees a space, he puts it through. Vaha come in, very high tackle with the elbow. You know, very lucky to get away with that young Andrew Vaha. We don't need that sort of thing in rugby. And conceding a penalty down just on the 22. Matt Webber being talked to by the captain. He's asking what went on there.
Yeah, silly play, just a bit heated. The ball was a wee bit slow coming there from Mia Tuala, and unfortunately he gave the number 2 Andrew Varr a bit of time to come on to Terry, and the forearm came right into the face. A silly error, and it's cost him a penalty and may cost him 3 points.
Yeah, as I say, you know, both teams are very keen to stamp that authority early in the game, and you know, Rahui is obviously a danger man for the Suburbs side, and he caught one early. He's very good at footballer, young Terry Rahui. We've been watching him on in the last couple of games. Always looks to run with the ball. When he kicks well. Let's just hope that tackle didn't put him off. He seems to be all right, and he's got a right foot kick. It's the first kick of the game. He's about 3 yards outside the Marist 22, over to the left-hand touchline for him. It's a right-footed kick, Alan. We just hope that the breeze drops down and gives him a chance.
Well, we saw the curtain raiser, the couple of the boys punching the ball into the wind and doing it very, very well indeed. So if he's got the legs, it's going to take a mighty effort to get the ball over the bar in these conditions.
So it's Rahui for Suburbs. First penalty kick of the game. Just wide.
He had the distance, kicked it very well, but not quite the direction.
Okay, Marist breathe again. It's drop out 22 to Marist. And Marist, as you remember, with the wind in their back, so they'll be looking to use it this half. Barton Ogard to drop out for Marist. And it's a good drop out, it's a long drop out. Tuala takes it. Mark Birtwistle drives it back into the fray. He's well tattled. Ball loses the ball, Birtwistle.
ball retention. Disappointing there for Mark. He should know better, an experienced footballer. There's Richard Fremont getting a wee bit excited. Back off, Richard. There's no point. The penalty's going the other way.
The boys are enjoying themselves, and the referee, Glenn Wallstrom, he's on it. He said, Richard, I know what's going on. Let's leave it alone today. And that's sensible by both teams, just walking away from it. But you're right, Alan. Mark Birtwistle, very experienced. Counties, Auckland, Western Samoa, and International. He'd be disappointed with that. Barton Hogarth didn't find touch. Rahui, Aroni, John Namu, Aroni Clark. Aroni's running it wide. Gus Ledger taking it upfield. It's a good run by Ledger, but tattled just over the halfway line. That's a very good breakout by Suburbs, moving the ball through the hands, Alan. They'll be looking to use that back line and that counter-attacking.
Oh yes, that's here we go from here. What a great pass here from John Namu, right off the ground, fingertips taps. There's Aroni showing his experience, drawing his number opposite there, putting Gus away, but the cover defence was always there, and they put him into touch. But interesting to see, Phil, they're going to run the ball. The wind's quite strong, so there's no point kicking it in these conditions.
Exactly right. That was a good line out take by Patrick Kahai. Gus Ledger having a run again. Alan, interesting boy, young Gus Ledger. He had a scholarship, a baseball scholarship in America. So he's a very good sportsman.
Fisticuffs some of here already. Just getting too excited, the packs, just trying to sort themselves out. There goes Patrick Kahai. Wasn't too happy what he saw there. But again, captain Mark Birtwistle should know better. Threw a fist there at one of the opposites, so this could be interesting. You might have another player in the bin for 10 minutes.
The touch judge caught him there, Alan, and you're right. And today the players got to realise that I know there's intensity, no more intensity than in the Super 12, in the National Provincial Championship, and in the internationals that we're having. And these young players today got a responsibility to the young players watching to keep these fists down. You don't get away with it today, Alan, like us old fellas used to, perhaps.
Well, maybe yourself. How old, I don't know. Phil, going back to the 1900s when you were playing. Certainly looks it right now.
Ian Pine-Tree, yeah, great.
But no, the experienced players, there's no place for it in the game. And as I say, there's cameras everywhere. There's linesmen coming involved, and you can't get away with it. So better to put it in your back pocket and get on with the game.
Mr. Wallstrom talking to Matt Webber and to Mark Birtwistle. He said, guys, I won't have it. And he's given this time the penalty again to Suburbs.
Obviously, there must have been an incident which provoked Mark, so he's taken the first infringement and given the penalty to Suburbs.
A good kick from Terry Rahui.
Just calling in Andrew Varr from the sin bin.
Interesting, like I say, a good kick. Just taking the play about halfway between the 10-yard line, the 22-metre of Marist, and he said, Mr. Vahi, you do that again and you won't be playing much more in this game. Alan, do you think there should be sin bins in international football? Are you a great believer in the sin bin?
Yes, I'm a great believer in the sin bin. I think it's about time they started using it.
Richard Fromont, beautiful take, well thrown by Aaron Coulter. The Suburbs forward driving it away. Good body position. The Suburbs front row working in tandem there. Good drive. Koraseta Tavita doing a good job in there again. Looking for the ball. They're ball hungry. Ledger gets it back. Tuala Rahui, Aroni Clark. He runs and straightens it up. Very dangerous in midfield. John Namu takes it. The meter's out now, right in front of the post. Ball taken in again.
Bit scrappy.
Yeah, locked forward, Alan, there in that scramble. One of the Suburbs boys tried to pick it up and take it on, and in their eagerness knocked on. A bit of a let off there for the Marist team.
Oh, very much so, and disappointing. And Suburbs broke the line, broke the defence with Ronnie Clark, showing his class, set up with the play. Good support there from Talana Tauhi, but again, the number 9, Mia Toala, just took his eyes off the ball and let Marist off the hook.
Lunovic away to Barton Hogarth, and it's a good clearance for Barton. He takes the play 10 yards outside the Marist 22, and it's both teams still feeling each other out. It's early days. Just remembering that Marist do have the wind in their back.
Good set-up play there by the forwards. They should have taken advantage of it. They had the Marist stretched. They could have gone right from that ensuing ruck. I'm sure they would have dotted down in the corner, and we would have seen the Eleanor Tava or Gus Ledger score in the corner.
Good throw to the front of the line out. Nick Ledger takes it. They drive it away. Richard Fromont in there. Captain Birtwistle. They work the ball back. Alan, that's good. That's good retention of the ball. Yeah, Tavita in there again, driving it away. Birtwistle takes it forward.
Knock on. Accidentally offside or not?
Accidentally offside, I think. Alan running into a player in front of him. You've got to be careful in that maul situation that we do that. It's a good scrum, and Alan, interested to see these front rows against each other. Tavita this side against Kevin Napier. Napier, a very experienced prop forward. Auckland, Hogarth moves it out. It's a left-footed kick. From Masala pulling it to Gus Ledger, takes it again. He's looking to have a run today, but he's just tackled into touch, and the ball knocked into touch, and it's a Suburbs line out. Again, Alan, just inside the Marist 22. Suburbs doing all the attacking.
Oh, they look very strong, very committed at the moment, and I've been impressed with their Suburbs forward pack. They seem a lot more excited, a lot more enthusiastic. But good to see the defence there, the run there from Gus Ledger. Doesn't he look exciting? Went right round his opposite there, Sanoa Siko, but it was taken out in the corner.
Bart Birdwhistle drives it forward, a good drive. He drives into Bart Nogard. Big number 8 driving into first fives. Talanoa Toha, he takes it in. The Suburbs forwards really fired up this early 10 minutes of the game. Ledger takes it forward, beautifully sets it back. Tuala, Rahui, Ronnie Clark. Fuiava, he's tackled just short of the line. Good defence by Marist, but they drive, Suburbs drive towards the line.
Ball's not coming out.
Didn't go to the ground, Alan, he says, and he's given it to Marist, to scrum to Marist.
Yeah, ball wasn't on the deck. You could see the ball. They were trying to hungry for it. The Suburbs, they're very committed. Look at this here, lovely pass there. Missed skip pass out from John, then to Ronnie. What a great tackle, cover tackle there from Patrick Fatillo. He took him in a copybook tackle, saved a certain try. Look at John Namu as a loose forward, as they do these days. Picked up the ball, but unfortunately they couldn't put it over the line for 5 points.
Alan, could you explain just for the viewers the difference between when the ball is up off the ground and when it's on the ground? Why the referee give the advantage then to Marist?
The rule in this course, if you take the ball in a driving situation and you're on your feet, the ball must be released as quickly as possible or it becomes visible, and then it comes stationary, that must be played, and at that stage the ball wasn't played, so you must release the ball and give it to the opposition.
Thank you, AJ, and nobody would know better than Alan Wetton, one of the greats. Line out not straight.
Are you $10, Phil?
Line out not straight, and they've been disappointed with that, Suburbs. Alan, that was a good attacking position.
Yes, they must be. They're doing a lot of the attacking. They spent 5 minutes here. They've got no points on the board. They just haven't quite broken the Marist defence.
Engage.
We say that the wind is in the back of Marist, Alan, but it seems to be swirling round at Eden Park here. Tell us a bit of this wind, Al. You've played it a lot of times. What is it? Does it move around the field?
Well, it wasn't really much use to me. Only Grant Fox will be out here with his calculator and his wind machine, but those are the ones that take more interest in it. As forwards, we just get in there and do what we're supposed to do, Phil.
And the Marist forwards are doing what they're supposed to do, Alan. They've won this scrum, a good defensive scrum. Bart Nogard, again, right-footed kick. Upfield, and he finds touch.
Good pairing kick there from Barton Hogarth. Just goes to show the importance of that steady scrum from Marist, working at full capacity there, gave a lovely platform there to Michael Lunovic, and he just fired a lovely pass. And of course Barton had all the time in the world to put it 40 yards downfield.
Interesting to notice before the game that you predicted that this front row of Akarangiva and Napier, you know, are a very good solid front row, and you know yourself playing in the back row, you've got to have a good front row.
Definitely. The game starts and finishes there, Phil.
Bit of a challenge. Matthew Grace gets it back. Lunovic fires it wide. Puliatia puts a kick down in behind and it's gone a bit too far. It's over the line. Fuiva will put that down, no problem. Puliatia looked up, he's seen the open space, but the kick, the wind swirling, the kick carried the ball down over the line.
Yeah, but disappointing there in this era. I mean, maybe they haven't had the ball in their hands very much. They looked as though there's an opportunity with the full-back in to create an overlap. But he seemed to kick nowhere, and it just drifted over the 22 and into the goal line, and it was a drop-out 22.
I suppose the feeling, Alan, is that let's get out of our half if we can, take pressure off us.
Sure.
But you're right, he took the wrong option there. Rahui, important, a very good drop kick out. Misses everyone, goes into touch. That was a good drop out by Terry Rahui. And the Marist forwards more concerned, I think, on the Suburbs boys coming up, and took their eye off the ball, and it's but still an attacking position, and this time it's a Marist throw, so they'll be pleased to be in this half of the field.
Important throw here from Andrew Varr.
He'll be looking to find. Oh, good jump by Kevin Napier at the front. That's one of Napier's strengths, front of the line out. Very good line out forward. A big man for a prop forward, Kevin Napier, and a very good footwork. Good ball from Marist, quick ball. Furtello doubles around to Matt Webber. Matt takes it in. Always plays a good captain's game. This was quick ball wanted back on the blind side. Pugliatello again with the ball, stays on his feet in the tackle of Coldis. Coldis now brings him to ground. The Marist are in there, the ball's on the floor. Matt Webber back, takes it into the fray, looks up, sees Suburbs players hanging off. Quick ball, Archon, wide pass. Rua Tipuki drops it, knocks it on. Terry Rahui has the ball, referees allow an advantage. Is there an advantage to Suburbs? Mr. Akarangi's in there. I would say that Marist very lucky to get away with that.
Yeah, definitely a knock on.
But they're in attacking position now. 10 metres out. Good ball again. Pugliatello tries a long one over the top. Sano Asiko. Xavier Rush drops it just short of the line.
We've got a couple of injuries down here. Players down all over the place. Looked like a certain try there, but of course Marist couldn't fully. Here we see in the replay here, number 12. What a great pass there from Isu Polito. Goes over the top. There's number 40, Sano Siko. Thought he might have gone outside early, but he passed inside to number 6.
Xavier Rush.
And he goes over the line. What a tackle. And he loses the ball forward in the tackle.
2 Suburbs boys over there, Alan, to put off a very important tackle to Suburbs.
Nick Ledger's the one who's down. Of course, John Number doesn't look too good with that ankle injury. But the remote play goes on. There's no stopping these days.
Well, there's a very important scrum from Marist, Alan. They'll be trying to put the pressure on. Good feedback by Suburbs. Well done. The Suburbs pack this time, Alan. The young front row of Koroseta, Tavita, Aaron Coldis and Malcolm Ohm doing well against the senior experienced Marist front row there.
Well, they did well there because one man short, of course. They didn't have their lock. He's now drifting over. He looks all right. Which is good to see. Nick Ledger going over to join the line out. John Nama looks as though there could be a wee bit of a problem there. Still not happy. But what a great opportunity there from Marist. They were very fortunate. A couple of knock-ons leading up to that movement. And then the last pass out to Xavier Rush, diving for the line and spilling the ball in the tackle.
Richard. Mark Birdwhistle sets it up. It's a good ball. Referee a signal offside. He's let an advantage go. Rahui dancing and jinking. Bad pass across the round, well picked up by now. But the referee said it was offside, yes. He's bringing him back to the offside, AJ. He caught the Marist boys coming through quick at the line out.
Yeah, he played advantage. Feel as though they weren't going to gain any advantage there with number 11, Edmund Farvel, the last line of attack. So I thought, no, let's come back, play the first infringement, and give Suburbs relief in their own 22.
But good to see in a final that Mr. Wallstrom is prepared to play advantage and let this game flow.
Yeah, definitely so. I think more refs can play advantage. It certainly opened up the game a lot and more for the status point of view, as well as a lot easier on the players.
Terry Rahui went for touch then, Alan. He didn't go for distance. He wanted to make sure that he got it into touch as they get out the throw and make sure they take it away.
Yeah, that wind is still blowing quite strong, so I'm sure that they'd be more than happy. 20 minutes, not quite 20 minutes gone on the clock, still 0-0, and Suburbs will be quite happy with playing into the wind with that score.
Aaron Coldis to throw in. He's got a good understanding with that man Fromont, but he goes over his head. And when you've got a line out forward like Fromont, who's a massive man, and behind him Mark Birdwhistle, there's a good line out there. Ronnie Clark. He doubles inside to Fuyava. He's tackled by Matt Webber and Bart Nogard. Marist forwards are there in numbers. They've turned it over.
He took it up very well, set up some good second phase. There's
Eamon Murphy, the 2 lock forwards of Marist having a run with the ball. Fromont lying there on the wrong side, and he's given a bit of a tasting too by Mr. Akarangi. But the referee said you can give him a tasting, I'll give him a tasting too. Richard, you led there, and it's a penalty to Marist.
I think he'd be quite happy to give away the points there. There he is. He took him up high. Look at Richard here, mate. No effort to roll away. Hot on attack there. And of course, in came John Akarangi to say, hey, come on, Richard, here's a couple for you. I'll see you next week in training, but get off the ball.
If you played in New Zealand, Alan, you know not to get there.
Oh, fair enough too. I know it's very tough these days. There's a lot of referees and linesmen are very keen to point the flag out. You're not allowed to touch a player. But a classic example there, Richard knew what he was doing. He deliberately killed the ball. And the only way to get rid of them is to move him with your feet, and I'm all for it. If it's done in the right way.
Mr. Akarangi give Mr. Wallstrom a reminder that he shouldn't be there.
Well, that's fair enough too. And of course, Glenn, he was right there on the mark. He saw it, so he said, hey, before he gets too carried away, I'll give a penalty here.
Bart Nogard with his first attempt today for Marist. It's just to the left-hand side of the post on the 22. He's got a bit of a breeze behind him, but it's still swirling. Bart Nogard. And he raises the points. There's the first points on the board. 3 points to Marist. Suburbs doing all the early attacking, Alan, but as soon as they come into their 22, Marist seem to score, and that's going to make a big difference. You must score when you get in the opponent's 22.
Well, definitely, and I think they might be ruining the fact that Suburbs had 2 or 3 opportunities. One major opportunity where they didn't take advantage of. They spent 10 minutes in Marist 25, and of course Marist have just come out for the last 5 minutes, and bang, they've got 3 points.
Good to see the Marist lock forwards, Patrick Kahali and Eamon Murphy running with the ball too.
Yeah, good to see big forwards out on open play. That's what the game's all about.
Well kicked, Rahui. Just went over there, just on the 10-metre line. Marist seemed to think it wasn't going to go far enough. Suburbs played it.
Line 6.
Norman Arsua took it in, but he's penalised for playing the ball on the floor.
Yeah, they set the ball up there. Nice driving again by Suburbs. Been impressed with their commitment in their tight 5. Body positions down low. They certainly seem to have the edge on Marist in this department, but losing the ball again at the wrong time.
Barton Hogarth said, "I'll thank you for that, and I'll take you downfield." Not a big kick, but a safe kick, Alan, and it's important today, as we tell all young players that's going for touch, that you've got to put it in touch, especially on a free kick or a penalty, because it's your ball.
Yeah, definitely so. And plus, it's your throw-in with the infringement, so vital they do find touch.
Andrew Varr with the throw for Marist. Again, big Kevin Neapier at the front. Very important man there. Ripped away by Eamon Murphy.
Go back.
Ledger in there trying to rip it away. Xavier Rush drives it. Good ball, Lunovic. Barton Hogarth, he dummies, takes it in. He's well tackled by Suburbs, but the ball comes back on the Marist side. Goes back on the blind side.
Not really going anywhere at the moment.
Luigi Pookie takes it in. He's not a big lad to be taking on those forwards, Alan. I worry when these little fellas want to get involved, but fair play for him. He's retained the ball, and they go again. Matt Webber into side to Siko.
Set up nicely.
Kahilawi driving it in. Eamon Murphy. Those 2 big lock forwards again.
It's a numbers game.
Xavier Rush, he's taking it forward. Very good football, this boy of the future. Poultice coming over the top. He's not to touch it, he's left it. Ledger over the top. Lunovic, Matt Grace drives it forward. Marist hot on the attack. About 6 metres outside the Suburbs line. Tipuki, he knocks it on. Regathers. Not this time, knock on.
After all that build-up, 6-7 continuous rucks, good play from Marist, and to see it fumble out in the back line there from Rua Tipuki.
I think he took the eye off the ball, and if you look here, it was good ball from Tutello. Tipuki seems to look up and see Ronnie Clark and Tohoi in front of him, and I suppose if Ronnie Clark was in front of me, I'd probably look up too.
Yeah, bit of disappointing. Good lead-up work there by the Marist forwards. Hard work taken up there. Eamon Murphy and then Xavier Rush, Patrick Kalahi, all doing their work. Good set-up plays there from Michael Lunovic, feeding his big tight forwards, and then it comes to no fruition in a simple knock-on.
I'm very impressed with this car. He likes running with the ball, doesn't he, Alan? He likes the big boys like to get their hand on the ball.
Yeah, they set up the platform very well there, but the defence was out there waiting, especially in the midfield pairing of Ronnie Clark and John Lumley. Very hard to break.
Marist still on attack. Good ball by Eamon Murphy. Takes it to ground, but he's been robbed. He's been robbed of the ball. Kevin Napier drives in, but Eamon has been penalised he's been it's a knock forward from the line, not penalty, and it's a scrum down to Suburbs. Marist still on attack.
He got it very well there, but he just fell awkwardly as he was coming back onto his feet, and of course he was on the Suburbs side and he couldn't control the ball.
So important for that's where the props come in with this.
Very much so. Must have that support beside you. Big scrum here from Marist.
Terry Rahui, but it's difficult to get out of that 22, Alan. The wind down there must be getting a little bit stronger now in the backs of Marist. They'll want more than 3 points behind them when they turn around, I'm sure. So they're looking to get a score now. Magnus Penrose Marist on the attack, right on the 22 of Suburbs. Matthew Varr to throw. Kalai taps it back. Xavier Rush picks it up, but he loses it. Driven in by Captain Burt Whistle, well set up, good platform. To Terry Rahui, and that's a beautiful clearance kick taking play right down to the 22. of Marist. How important was that possession and kick there, Alan?
Yeah, again, of course, ball was tapped back on the Marist side. Couldn't be controlled there by Xavier Rush. Lost it, and of course, Mark Whistle, the big fella, dived on it, secured it with his big mitts. And a lovely clearance there by Terry Rohui into the wind. He must have gained a good 45 metres. And of course, now the Suburbs are on attack instead of defence. Mark
Birtwhistle, a bit like yourself, AJ, seems to go on and on and on forever. And I think that shows maturity. You know, you still, all the stuff you learned is handy.
Oh, very much so, and makes you want to put the boots back on and come back, Phil.
Matthew Grace, tied it up by Murphy. Mr. Walsham said that was not thrown straight, and Suburbs have asked for a scrum. It's interesting to see that they fancy their chances in the scrum. AJ, with this young front row of, as I say, Tavita, Colders and Holman, they're doing a good job. Just Tavita taking a very good finding.
Time will tell. See, the scrum
yeah, good scrum there, you're right, a good scrum, AJ, by this Marist pack, but Suburbs retain the ball. Rahui doubles around Ronnie Clark. Arthur Garvia, ex-Western Samoan international, takes it upfield, couldn't get the ball out the ledger. Suburbs in there, they seem to have the ball. Tuala digging for it. Well robbed by the Marist team, and I think it was Murphy that was in there robbing that ball.
Playing the infringement, there was a knock-on, so there's no advantage there from Brian Barton Hogarth with his clearing kick. Didn't find touch, unfortunately for Marist, but they still get the put in there from the scrum from the knock-on.
Again, very good advantage played by Glenn Wallstrom. You know, that's what we want to see, the flowing game. He's given the Marist team a chance to get up there. Napier scrimmaging with his hand down. I don't like to see that, Alan, in prop forward. I like to see props get their hand up. Kevin Napier, a very, very good prop forward.
I'm not going to go tell him.
We must get our hands up and binding, you know.
Yeah, very important.
It is for that scrum. We must get that scrum secure.
Suburbs will be disappointed again. They look a lot sharper in their back line, Phil. They're prepared to try a few double rounds. Again, Ronnie was involved. Sent his fullback Alan Atave away, and he looked very promising, very slick on his feet, but losing the ball again in that situation where they desperately want to hold on to it to set up second phase. And Marist were able to clear.
It's good Marist ball here. Mike Lunovic being dragged in by the Suburbs players. Putelio, he puts a left kick in. Atu Gavia, he's got the ball. He just drives it downfield. Barton Hogarth is back there. He clears back upfield.
Mark Whistle. Here we go anywhere.
Captain Birdie.
It's coming straight for us.
That's lovely. Captain Birdie had all the time in the world and put it down the field. An interesting character, Mark Birtwhistle, seemed to have been around a long time. Suburbs in Auckland, Pukekohe in counties. Played for counties, played for Auckland and Western Samoa. A good all-round forward, number 8.
Very adaptable, a very experienced player, and he's playing a pivotal role here in the Suburbs side, and he's leading from example. He's having a very solid game.
Thrown to the back of the line out. Lunovic all over the show. The referee said, I didn't like the look of that.
No, looked a bit scrappy in that lineup.
He's going to give a scrum to Suburbs. Interesting young player, Alan, that you'll be looking at is this Xavier Rush, just come back off the number 6 for Marist. Xavier Rush just come back off the under-19 tour. They had their great win again, New Zealand under-19s over Australia.
Yeah, very competent player, and obviously looks like a promising aspect for the future, promising person who could hopefully wear the blue and white, and now red, I should say, in the next 2 or 3 years.
Yeah, you haven't really got a rugby jersey unless you've got red in it, Alan. I keep telling everyone that. And what about the traditionists, Alan? They'd be a little bit upset about the change in colours?
Sure, there's always change always brings a bit of disappointment, but time is a great healer, Phil, and I'm sure as long as the rugby still play at a top level, they'll certainly forget about the colours of the jersey.
Ball goes behind Barton Hogarth, but he sets it up. Young Xavier Rush, we're talking about him, AJ, he was back there to save Marist Bacon. Good ball again, Murphy. Lunovic, right foot's down the field, Adagavia. Puatello up on Adagavia, but Adagavia runs it. Well again, Lunovic. Ruatipuki, John Akarangi, Xavier Rush, he takes it forward, looking for his support, looking for his forwards, going back into the comfortability spot of the forwards. Tuala tucks it back on the floor, he's got to go down on it, gets up on his feet, sets it up very, very well indeed. Marist have it, it's slow ball though. Barton Hogarth puts a clever little chip through. That's a lovely kick by Barton Ogard, taking play right into the heart of the Suburbs 22.
Yeah, just got a wee bit lost there, I think, Marist. They had players coming left and right, and the defence has been very solid with Suburbs. As you can see, there's no tries on the board, so they had not much been given away this afternoon in the Gallaher Shield final. No tries, just 3-0 to Marist with about 10 minutes to go in the first half. And they looked a wee bit at 6s and 7s there, Marist. And of course, the only option they had was to put the ball through, and Barton Ogard did that very well. As you say, just 15 minutes from the goal line.
Defence so important in the modern game, Alan.
Certainly is. I know 7 points, it's a bit different from 6 and 5 in the old days, so it's a big jump, 7 points.
Coulthurst to throw for Suburbs. Fromont taps it down. Tuala clears. Johnny Namu. Thank you, said John Namu, and he puts a left foot clearance. John Namu made a lot of difference when he came into that Auckland Blue side, Alan. He strengthened up their midfield, you know, and I thought he was one of the star players in the semi-finals and finals.
Oh, he certainly was, and there was a couple of unlucky ones in the fact that at least Tensis missed as well. But no, John took his opportunity. I guess he was a bit disappointed sitting on the bench for a while, and as I say, injuries come at the wrong and right time for certain reasons, and my word, he did play well in that semi-final and final, and he thoroughly enjoyed himself.
It's all about taking your chances, AJ, and let's see who's going to take their chances today. It was tied back by Kalalahi.
Xavier Rush was offside position, picking up that ball and penalised accordingly. Here comes the rain too. It's not looking too good out to our the north side here, Phil, and we could be in for a lot of rain this afternoon.
Again, we see bad tap ball from the line-out, Alan. You can't live with that today. I mean, you know, the line-out is sexed, you know, with the support and a little bit of, we won't call it lifting, support that we get. AJ Ball should be better from the top of the line-out.
Maybe that's the difference between from this level here, even though it is a club final, to the national or the international and national level, such as teams as counties and Auckland and so forth. The experience there is in securing that ball, and there seems to be a lot of interference at the moment, but you wouldn't necessarily see it at a different level.
Suburbs pleased now to be in the Marist 22. Good jump by Ledger. He's a good forward, unsung forward for Suburbs. Good servant. The Suburbs forwards take it away. The front row of Suburbs again in the van, driving it forward. Tavita. Rahui, Ronnie Clark, he stays on his feet. He's big and strong. Xavier Rush is in there. A lot of hands on the ball in there.
Pretty
ball
hard.
has gone to ground, yeah. Very lucky to get away with that, Ronnie. He'd settle for that one, Alan, I think, wouldn't he?
Yes, it's very difficult. I mean, he's trying to release it. Of course, there's big Kevin Napier laying on it, 20 stone. It's pretty hard to sort of move him. He took the ball up very well, Ronnie, trying to get his body around. Just fell awkwardly the last minute. You can see him there. Marist players tied up there. I think it's Kevin Napier. There goes Richard trying to move him. You're not going to move Kevin Napier with one size of your foot there, I assure you.
Good tackle by young Barton Ogard too, Alan. It's good to see these first fives tackling.
Oh, they're not afraid of the big fellas.
Tuala's kick takes play down into the heart of the Marist 22, but it was a knock-on, says Mr. Wallstrom, by Suburbs. So it's a Marist scrum, just over the 22.
Let's see what they can do with this.
In the Marist 22.
Yeah, very important for them. They'd like to get some points on the board, say with coming up to 6-7 minutes to go, but it's a Marist put in, so they're not going to get that option.
Mike Lunovich clearing. Good skills of an half-back to be able to kick from the base of a scrum or the base of a line-out, AJ, today. You know, passing the ball back 10 yards to the first five to kick it back where you come from. It's just good when you've got a scrum half like Lunovich.
Oh, yes, he looks like a talented young man, and he'll be very happy with the way he's played at the moment. He's cleared the ball very well to Barton Ogard, giving him plenty of time, and I don't think at this stage I've seen him do anything wrong, so he's had a very solid game. Mr.
Akarangi having to talk to Glenn Wallstrom.
That's not unusual.
He wanted to know what time it was, I think.
Yeah, well, let's meet for a beer later.
Bobble ball again. Tuala clears up. John Namu. He's tackled by Matt Webber and Xavier Rush. But he's got it back. Burt Whistle takes it. Akarangi tackles him. Suburbs with it back. Down the blind side of Ronnie Clark. To Ledger. Ledger back inside of Ronnie Clark. They're all stopping and standing. And it's a foot in touch. Ledger just steps, foot in touch.
Yeah, not much way through either side in this defenseful, very, very solid defence. Here we go, see Ronnie. What a lovely pass into Ledger. No, he hasn't got anywhere to go. Throws the ball in just a bit too late. Just as well he was, because there was a Ronnie.
Yeah, interesting to see too that he just gone around his opposite number, Siko, again, and was well tackled by Lunovic. It was Lunovic had to do the work. Bad tap ball again. Andrew Varr bringing it away. He gains about 15-20 metres there, Alan, for Marist. Again, bad ball tapped off the top of the line out.
Yeah, I'd be disappointed with Richard there. He's getting up, but he's just not controlling that ball. He's doing it with one hand. Look, I know Richard, he's got a lot of ability. He should be securing it with two hands, especially in this weather and wind, and making it nice, clean ball to his halfback, Mia Tuala. They're making it very difficult for him to mount it, and there was Andrew Varr compensating on it and going right through and making life very difficult indeed.
Off the top there this time, good ball tap back. Ronnie Clark looks up, puts a right boot kick in, crossfield, good wipers to Ronnie. Of course, AJ, with only 5 minutes on the clock this half, the elements with Marist, Suburbs will be pleased just to keep it to this penalty of 3 points.
I'm sure they'll be delighted. I don't know what's going to happen with this wind or rain in the second half, but it looks like it's set in here, and life's pretty difficult out on the pitch there for those players. So any points that they can secure in this half, I think, are going to be vital in the outcome of this game.
So it's a line out. Andrew Varr, sorry, to throw to the line out. Comes back to Suburb side. Tuala pass. Has it gone forward? No, it hasn't. Ronnie Clark to John Namu. Midfield magic of these two players setting up the ball midfield. To the short side, Burt Whistle's out there. Aaron Coulter is in for the ball. They're securing the ball. He said Aaron Coulter's dived over the top, AJ. Silly then, because Aaron was close to the ball and missed discrimination by just diving in on top of it.
Yes, I think he just didn't quite realise the ball again. Good set-up play there by Suburbs. I thought they were a bit lucky because the ball was definitely forward. There goes Mark Whistle. You'll see a good tackle there from Matt Weber. Takes him down low, and there goes a big fella. Why did he go over the top? I don't know. He had to keep his feet. The ball was presented there by Mark Whistle. Again, a waste of an opportunity. The rule book certainly stipulates you must stay on your feet in a tackle situation when the ball is seen there, and he went down on the ground for no apparent reason. Hence the penalty.
Seconds ticking away this half for Marist. I'm sure they want more points on the board. Varr again to throw into the line out. We're midway between the 10-yard and the 22 line of Marist. Murphy taps it back. Again, it's an ugly ball. Bobbles everywhere. Secured by Suburbs. Ronnie Clark. Tackled by Archong. Fuiava sets it in. Rahui, and there's men over. Good pass. Ledger, just not quick enough. The Marist defence is over. Swarms him. Ball on the floor. Yes, it's Suburbs ball. They want quick ball. Burt Whistles drives forward. Runs and Lunovic sets the ball back. Tuala again. Rahui running the blind side. He runs into Tadlers. And that's the wrong option. Wrong option. But again, he showed a lot of guts, AJ. He looked up, he said, there's nothing outside me. I'll see if I can run through a gap, but there was no gap there.
Oh, they said in a good period of play here by Suburbs. You can see the ball coming out here. Rahui runs on to look, he's rucking strong, and look, he sees an opportunity. He cuts back inside and he says, I'm going right. And look at that tackle there from Michael Junovic. That's a great tackle there, load and ball and all. The ball just comes out on Marist's side. Look, they've snuck it away. Got it themselves out of jail once again. I think he's having an excellent game, Lunovic. A lot of tackling, a lot of cover tackling. Fromont, Tuala, again tap ball. Inside arm. Referee Walsham said inside arm, Richard Fromont. Richard Fromont said, I've never ever done that in my life, Mr. Walsham. Richard's just saying, no, I think if you had a replay like we may have the advantage. He's saying, I did not, but Glenn's definitely called it. Richard's not a happy man.
Seem to have a lot of English supporters in the grandstand, Ali. The old chariots are going there.
Yeah, they're everywhere.
Was
that Welsh or English?
I think that's English, Alan. I think England will win the One Nation Championship this year.
Yes, I'm sure everyone's delighted. They won't lose any friends about that, I think. I don't think they hit any in the first place.
And it's a throw in. 5 metres outside. This time Fromont takes it with two hands. He said, you're not going to catch me again, Mr. Walsham. Two hands this time. Suburbs driving it away. They'd love to score now this part of the game. Just under 2 minutes to go, and Suburbs driving away. Good platform ball. Fromont snuggles it back. Tuala, Rahui, Ronnie Clark. Ronnie straightens up. He takes on a Xavier Rush. John Namu back inside. Good ball, Mark Birdwhistle. Hironi Clark. Alan Gallaher steps inside. Goes towards the Marist line. He's driven over the line. Inches short of the line. This is a good Suburbs attack. Ball up.
Great attacking opportunity. Good run there from the fullback, Alan Atava. I've been very impressed with his commitment and drive on the ball. Just as the rain comes down, right on the Marist line. Here we see in the replay here. Ball goes out. Great pass from Ronnie. Alan Atava keeps going, chops inside. Nothing in there. Michael Unovich stops him in his tracks. He's driven by the forward pack, just short of the line.
And there's an injury, AJ, but Suburbs will be looking for something now with just 54 seconds up on the board, and I'm sure they're looking to do something from this area.
Oh, definitely. They'd say they'd be delighted with the way that wins. Looks like it just might be dying down a fraction, but delighted to be down just maybe 3-0 in the first half. A great scoring opportunity for them here. A scrum just a metre from the line. Let's see if they can use it and put 7 points on the board.
Number 17, Daniel Parkinson, on 2 for Suburbs. AJ, interested to see who he's replaced. Daniel Parkinson wearing number 17 of Suburbs. I didn't see an injury, did you?
Andrew Var's the one who's a bit injured there, but no, he seems to be fine.
Suburbs scrum, options here, AJ. Dangerous position.
Looking to come to the open side, going the blind side.
What are the options? They're going with the scrum. Birdwhistle messes it up. Ball slips through his legs. Lucky to get that. Parkinson's got the ball. He's lost it. Ball goes all over the show. Penalty to Marist. And Marist says, thank you very much indeed for giving us a penalty, Mr. Wallstrom, because we were in trouble there.
Yes, it comes back down to that scrum again. They pull one out right there. A great opportunity here for Suburbs to capitalise on some hard 5-10 minute build-up. And there we see it. One put in, one scrum. Halfback under pressure, loses the ball forward, and they clear 20 yards down.
You're right, that's where the front row earn their bread and butter. That's what they're there for. Interesting to see, though, that Mark Birdwhistle is trying to pick up off the scrum. As soon as he broke from the scrum to pick the ball up, the scrum came back on him. You've got to secure that scrum before you go down to pick the ball up.
The scrum didn't quite have the control there, Phil, and of course, as he's going back, makes it very difficult to have a sound platform to have an attacking option from that situation.
Parkinson's on for Asua, Alan.
Yeah, looks like he's beyond for good too. The young fella didn't look too good.
Good run by Johnny Namu. Again, Suburbs looking for quick ball. Having the best of the play for the last 10 minutes. No, leave it, said Mr. Wallstrom, leave it. There's half time. Okay, it's half time with Marist over Suburbs by a penalty to nil. Kicked by Bart Nogard. 3-0 to Marist. And we'll be back with you second half after this break. We'll be back after this break.
Two devastating moments in time that changed the world forever.
Dearest Mom, Dad, and Lorraine, when we went on the big one, it was really something.
We pray that the end of the war may come soon.
My God, what have we done?
Personal recollections of the men who dropped the bomb in commemoration of the anniversaries of Hiroshima and Nagasaki. This week's documentary, The Men Who Brought the Dawn, at these times on ATV.
Walker and Hall, where the diamonds shine, where gold and silver stand the test of time. For gifts you'll treasure the rest of your life, you'll find it at Walker and Hall. For gifts you'll treasure the rest of your life, you'll find it at Walker and Hall.
Great family home entertainment systems start with great audio components. Award-winning Onkyo, artistry and sound. Priced to suit all audio enthusiasts and put you in the best seat in the house. Come and audition Onkyo now at Mount Albert TV's Audio Active.
Rough, prickly skin can turn into soft, supple skin with Palmer's Cocoa Butter Formula. More than a moisturizer, it's a skin softener. Use Palmer's every day for softer skin than you ever thought possible. Palmer's Cocoa Butter Formula. Because everything Palmer's touches turns to soft.
Curtain Craft provide a full sample range for window treatments, curtains, drapes and blinds. They'll take care of those special treatments, swags and tails, helmets and ties, as well as supplying tracks of all types. Their service is professional and best of all, it's mobile, with comprehensive in-home advice and free measure and quote. For best value, quality and style for all window treatments. Curtain Craft, Auckland's oldest curtain company. Their mobile showroom covers Auckland.
If you are in business, then having access to the correct accounting results is vital. This is regardless of whether yours is a small, medium or large business. So remember, it's in the balance between features, productivity, ease of use and the reliability, backup and support that determines the worth to your business. Choose Profax and the balance is always right. Profax, the accounting software professionals.
To enjoy tasty home-style muffin splits, pop them in the toaster.
Muffins are magnificent for a weekend family brunch.
Delicious with your favourite toppings, savoury or sweet.
Muffins are magnificent.
Try home-style muffin splits today.
Well, EJU, we are starting the second half of this game. The weather's gone a bit kind to us, Alan. How do you see it going from where you sat?
Well, I think they'd be very delighted with the way they've been going. Suburbs, they could have been down 7-8 points, a missed opportunity by Marist, so they'd be quite delighted to turn with a bit of wind in their backs and only be down by 3 points. It's been a funny half, missed opportunities on both sides. Controlling that ball in the conditions has been very difficult. But I think Suburbs have had better of the first half, but just haven't capitalised on the chances that have been presented to them.
Exactly right. And I just found out, AJ, that the number 6 Norman Asua has left the field for Suburbs, been replaced by Daniel Parkinson. He's had an injury to his shoulder.
Let's hope it's not too serious. But again, here we start. It's another half. Put the first 40 behind us. This is where it counts. 40 minutes to decide who's going to be the Gallaher Shield winner. And I'm sure these two sides have been evenly contested, but someone is about to break. It's just a matter of when.
It's not been a great sparkling game on it, but I think a very lot of interesting things happen in it. Oh, that's a good kick-off by Mr. Rahui, and Marist just let it go. So there's a good start by Terry Rahui, taking Suburbs immediately on the attack where they finish at half-time, Alan.
Definitely. I think very important this next 5 minutes. If you can get them a bit unawares, they've had a bit of a breather, a bit of a drink. Concentration is probably not quite there. This is the time where you can create chances and hopefully get a try.
Mr. Walsham talking to Murphy and to Fromond to tell him to sort out this barging and pushing in the line-out. They said, certainly, Mr. Walsham, we don't do that sort of thing. Andrew Vartan throw in for Marist. Just outside their 22 on defence. Good jump at the front by Kevin Napier. Does that well, AJ, doesn't he?
Yes, he's had 3 throws there and he's got 3 out of 3, so we're very happy with the combination he's got with his hooker.
There's no drive on there. Suburbs have held him up, Alan.
They'll turn it over if they don't release it. It'll be Suburbs ball.
Goes to the ground.
There we go.
Let's give it to Suburbs. That's a very good turnover for Suburbs. Kevin Napier took it in there, but the Suburbs pack got around him quicker than his own men got around him, AJ, and forced a turnover.
The rule applies, use it or lose it. There they were. They weren't quite in control. Not quite enough communication there with Marist. 1s and 2s. Suburbs just isolated the ball carrier enough for the play to be stopped. And of course, Glenn gave the ball to Suburbs.
Interesting battle this side of the scrum. John Akarangi against Malcolm Home. The experienced player against the young up-and-comer. Terry Rahui puts a right foot bomb up. It's dropping just inside the 22. Ronnie Clark goes after it. Ruati Puki well taken in the there. You know, you need a lot of confidence and skills to keep your eye on that ball, Alan. Bigger Ronnie Clark coming down here. Ruati Puki, he didn't take his eye off it. There you see.
It's a great kick here from Terry Rahui too. Look at the chasers. John Armour, and there goes a Ronnie. My word, he did take the ball well. Did Ruati Puki. Deserves a lot of credit for that.
And well cleared downfield. Taking him out of the danger area. Marist will be pleased there to get down into the half of the Suburbs. Line out throw to Suburbs.
I think that wind has died down a bit too, Phil, so the sun's come out. Let's hopefully it can stay like this and we can have an enterprising 40 minutes.
The old ball will be a bit greasy, but these boys have got the skills. Good line out ball. Tap off the back by Burtwhistle. Ledger drives it in. Good quick ball. Rahui goes back to the blind side. He sees the opening gap. He kicks to the corner. Patrick Patello plays it to Ruati Puki. So the kick worked out. They back down where they want to be. Suburbs just on the 22 of the Marist.
Yeah, he wouldn't be too happy with that. Ruatapuki, he had a great taker up and under the beforehand, and here he was under no pressure at all. Had the ball on his left foot, and he puts it directly into touch right on the 22. And Marist hot on defence.
Still anybody's game, AJ.
Oh, very much so. Only 3 points in it, Phil.
Burt whistle to Fromont. Fromont drives it in. He's tackled by Matt Grace. Suburbs forwards are with him. He tries to take it to the ground, sets up ruck ball. It's good ball back for Suburbs. They use it. Again, Ronnie Clark. Double round John Namu. Atagavia drops it. Picked up again by Namu. Off his shoulder, the referee says we let it go. Rahu, he goes back line. Chased by Murphy. Dances out the way of that one. Colthurst. Mr. Burt whistle tries a chip and a chase. But again, Ruatapuki takes it. And a mark taken. Again, AJ, we talked about it, you know, whether the mark should be in the game or whether you should do without it. But you see here that Rahui decides to kick, passes it out to Aaron Colthurst to Birdie. Bird whistle puts a chip over the top, and it's a mark to...
Yeah, I don't know if that's a mark. You seem to be running onto the ball. It's pretty hard to, mind you, these days at the mark, you can just be, I don't know how they work it.
Feet on the ground.
Both feet on the ground. No, I had my doubts then, you know, whether they should have a mark. The team was hot on attack, trying to make play, and there someone slows it down, and you know, I think the idea is to make the game more enjoyable. So let's speed it up and cut these little bits and pieces out of it.
Again, Suburbs win line-out ball. Ronnie Clark, he straightens up. Good pass, puts his arms to the tackle. Fuiava's in there. Tuala. Ronnie Clark again. Straightens it up again. Sets it in. Tackled by Matt Grace. He's in between Aroni and the ball, but they set the ball back. Beautifully set back by Aroni Clark. John Namo this time. He dances incisive. He gets through the tackle. Sets it up, but he loses the ball. The ball's been robbed off him. Matt Webber. He said, if Mark Birtwhistle can kick it, so can I. Both captains put in a boot to the ball. Alan, nice to see these forwards having a kick at the ball.
Yeah, I don't know if they're really good at it, though, but probably better than what I was, and definitely better than what you were, Phil. But no, again, you know, there was a hot attack. There's some great ball set-up phase. There's John showing a bit of skill. Sets up, goes to deck, and then trying to present the ball. The ball gets going forward. Again, letting Marist off the hook.
Alan, I think, but unlucky there. I would say that Mr. Archon played the ball in the tackle.
Well,
you know,
it was 50 of this and 50 of that. But again, this wind's picking up, but Marist just managed to holding out at the moment.
Birtwhistle, good take in the line, takes it to ground, sets it up for ruck line out ball. Picked up by Ledger, he drives it forward. Good ball again. Gus Ledger in there. Bobs across the ground, Ronnie Clark picks it up. And that's not one of Aroni's strengths, is those little deft chips.
He reminds a bit like JK when he used to play. But I think Ronnie's got probably a bit of a kick than JK. I think anyone has. Disappointing again. Suburbs seem to be quite dominant up front, winning some line-out ball at will. Nick Ledger and of course Richards tend to be doing very well in that department. But they're not using the ball. They seem to be a wee bit hesitant in the back line. And again, Ronnie under no pressure puts the ball out in the full.
Ball over the top. Matt Webber lays it down. Suburbs over the top, he says. Matt Webber took a little bit of a dance on top of himself there by the Suburbs boys. Over the top and a relieving kick to Marist. And they'll be pleased to get this back down the field, AJ.
Yeah, they're very lucky again. I feel that a tap ball again from Marist off the top there from Amon wasn't directed. Put the halfback, Michael Unovich, under all sorts of problems. Suburbs secured it. But one of the props went down over the top, and of course he was penalised. Someone just needs to slow it down. Someone needs to take this game by the scruff of the neck. They both seem to be still hesitant.
Yeah, there's no team has got on top of this, AJ. It's still, as we said earlier on, anybody's game. They're still feeling each other out. Lunovic got the ball. Barton Ogard, he puts a kick into the 22. Atu Agavia on it. He takes it beautifully. Fuiava's in there too. Edmund Fuiava, ex-Hawke's Bay winger, did well to support Atagavia. Suburbs are driving it away. Ledger in the drive. Off the shoulders of Patrick Patello, and it's a Suburbs throw. Takes the play about 10 metres from the halfway line, still in the Suburbs half.
Exactly where we started about a minute ago, Phil. But no, good play there from Suburbs. A great kick there from Barton Hoggard. Good chases, but my word, Alan Atava just took the ball so well and cleared it from their line.
Ledger at the front. Aaron Coulter drives it forward. Again, Lunovic left to do a lot of tackling. He's doing a lot of tackling today. Penalty, says Glenn Wallstrom. Come in offside, I think. Let's have a look at the top of that lineup. Ledger got the ball.
Yeah, planned move
down
there.
the front. Coulters takes it, drives forward. Kevin Napier, I think it is, coming in offside. No, it's not Napier. Andrew Varr playing the ball on the floor. That's a penalty there to Suburbs. Terry Rahui. This will be a big kick for young Terry Rahui, Alan.
Yes, he shouldn't have any problems with the distance, Phil. He's got that wind behind him. It's just going to be a matter of the direction. But Suburbs certainly have come out breathing a bit of fire. Certainly dominating the forward exchanges at the moment. The ball seems to be a wee bit scrappy. As I said, no one's taking the game by the scruff of the neck and saying, right, this is what we're going to do. It just seems to be going across the field at the moment and just lacking a bit of direction.
Okay, Terry Rahui off the far right touchline, about 2 meters in from touch, 5 meters over the 10-yard line into the half of Marist. It'll be a good kick if he gets it. Just across the face of the post. Barton Hoggard puts it down. It'll be a dropout 22 to Marist. Robert Archong thinking of a quick one, Alan. He decides, changes his mind.
No, he didn't. Well, he didn't have anyone out on his right hand here, Phil. He only had his winger and in Sana Seko, so he would have been.
AJ, if you were the coach at half-time, what would you have said to Marist or the Suburbs teams?
Just get your hands on the tool and control it, and let's have a few more forward exchanges so we can take some of these loose forwards out and set up some second phase ball and spin it out wide and use these talented backlines.
Matt Webber driving it into the heart of the Suburbs. Defence, Eamon Murphy in there.
Play on, that's okay.
That's okay, says the referee. Play it on. It comes back the Suburbs side. Coulter's taking it in there now. He might have gone too far, AJ. He might have took it into too many Marist players.
Yes.
Turn it over.
Took the ball in there. Didn't have his numbers with him, Phil. Paid the price. Trying to take on the Marist pack on his own. By the time the numbers got to him, it was too late. Tried to turn, but he couldn't get rid of the ball. He took it in. He couldn't get rid of it, so it comes back to Marist.
And you're looking forward to you, season assistant coach to Graham Henry of the Auckland Ace?
Yes, very much so. They're a talented bunch of individuals, and so looking very much to a successful season, hopefully for.
Nice kick through Rua Tupuki. Burt Whistle back there. He picks it up, but he's tackled into touch by Patrick Patello. Nice to see these little wingers checking the big number 8s at the touch, AJ.
Well, some good skills there. He chased very hard. There you see him come down there.
Rua Tupuki puts a kick through.
And there's the winger chasing very hard with him too. Patrick Patello. And took Mark Whistle over the sideline. Well done.
A good attacking position for Marist. Halfway between the 22 and the try line. Andrew Varr to throw again.
They need to secure a good two-handed line-out ball here. Drive it up. I'm sure they'll try and drive it up. Use a couple of runners, break them in midfield, and then spin it wide.
Kalila at the front. They're looking to use Kalila. They drive it on. Marist ball, good ball. Burt Whistle dives through on Lunovic. Andrew Varr takes it in. He's turned, but he sets it up very nicely for Marist. It's quick ball.
Now the big runner, see they're trying to split
Kevin
them.
Napier, you don't give him a chance to run up the line. Lunovic just takes his eye off the ball. It's not knocked on. Goes blind, Matt Webber. Parkinson in there tackling. Ball comes back again, Lunovic. Barton Hoggard.
Well smothered by John Namo. He read that.
Yeah, John Namo read it well. But it's a knock on. Suburbs Road. Mr. Ledger looking over at referee Wallstrom and said, are you sure? But it was. It's the first knock on by Suburbs. See Lunovic.
Ball goes out well. Comes in there. Look at the defence. There's no way through there. The back lines have been up very flat on their opposites. There's just no way through.
A good tackle, man and ball. I think he must have said that the tackle came off, the ball went forward off John Namu. A little chip through. Barton Hogarth, but back there to cover his Tuala. 22 dropout. A nice little chip through by Barton Hogarth, but well covered by Tuala. Terry Rahu, he tries a bit quick out. Charged down by Robert Achong.
Free kick.
Free kick, he said. Robert Achong stepped over the line, AJ, and they'd be pleased about that, Suburbs.
Well, they could have put themselves a whole lot of chaos there because Achong did very well and smothered that quick kick off there from Terry Rahui. He could have created all sorts of problems there. They had no one behind in defence.
If he'd have got the kick in, there was nobody at home there for Marist.
No one at home at all. The fullback was up. Gallaher Shield was up as well. They were going for the big chase, and it would have been a certain 5 points for Marist.
For Suburbs. Patrick Kalihai sets it up. Lunovic, Siko misses it. Robert Achong takes it in. Everybody a bit tentative with this ball. Lunovic comes back round. Rua to Puki. Beautiful sidestep. Tapuki stays on his feet well. Marist forwards are there. Secure with the ball. Slow ball though. Matt Webber, another little chip over the top.
Interesting to see. Matt's kicking has obviously got a lot better since the first half. But also, who was down the back there in his last night defence?
Mark Birtwistle playing centre
was his opposite captain, Mark Birtwistle.
They're having a kicking competition between themselves today, AJ, these two guys.
Just goes to show, though, Phil, not many attacking opportunities. The back lines are catching themselves out. They're getting a bit frustrated, having to revert to little kicks, chip kicks, little grubbers. There's no way through that back line. So
I think there's two things for that, AJ. The defence is good, but also the ball is too slow coming back from Ruckamall situation. Ledger taps it up the front. Goes back to Marist side. Piatello puts his kick through. It's a dangerous kick. Atagavia watched it. It goes over the line. Patrick Piatello back on him, but it's a dropout 22.
Good chasing by Patrick Piatello. Shaw's opposite had to turn and run back, but he chased hard to put the pressure on him. But a good kick there from Ezra Palutu, and there wasn't many options again left for him in that back line, so he put it over the top.
John Namu looking to have a kick out. No, he says, I'll give it to Terry Rahu. He does it better than me. It's cold out there today, AJ. It's got a bit damp and the ball has gone slippery.
Well, I'm feeling it up here, Phil.
It's a big kick. Andrew Varr takes it in. Again, it's slow ball coming back. Fromant holding on to Lunovic. Xavier Rush takes it through. He sets it up. Seiko comes in from the blind side, running into the heart of the Suburbs team. Matt Grace takes it in. It's rack ball, now they want quick ball, Marist. Barton Hogarth comes back blind. Xavier Rush. Seiko outside him. Seiko just front running the ball.
Yeah, missed opportunity again. They looked a bit more enterprising there, Marist. They decided to come to the blind side. Good couple of passes put together, but Xavier Rush had his one just past Seiko, just behind him, and of course the movement died.
So important that these players, I think Sanoa Seiko was too keen to take off, AJ. He should have been waiting to run onto that pass.
Yeah, the pass was probably right on the mark, but he was a bit too eager and ran forward to the board and couldn't take it.
Good jump at the front by Ledger. Suburbs doing very well in the line out.
No, hit the hands on the ball.
Hands on the ball, says Mr. Wallstrom. Rahui bringing play in between the 10-yard line and the halfway line. Marist still on attack in the Suburbs half of the field.
They've been there for a while, 5 minutes, a bit like Suburbs did in the first half, but couldn't turn it into points. Hence the score, still only 3-0. I think penalties could play a vital role in the outcome of this game and Phil later in the match.
That's right. We said about the ascendancy of the Marist front row, but nothing seems to be happening there. It seems to be pretty even, but the line-out seems to be going the way of Suburbs. That's good ball again, Parkinson. Badly tapped back by Murphy. They've taken advantage of it. Terry Rahui looks up to the left-hand side of the field. Sees open spaces, but Rua Tapuki's there. But it's still a good kick from Rahui, AJ, because he takes play now outside the 22 of Marist and takes Suburb on the attack.
Yeah, again, that tap ball, how many times have we mentioned it this afternoon? It's created more problems than it's worth, especially for the small little halfbacks. Again, Linovich was with all sorts of problems, couldn't control it, and again, they find themselves on the 22.
Birtwistle at the back, cleans it up, secures the ball. Rahui misses again. Nahu Johnny Namo. Ronnie Clark, and there straightens up. He's well tackled again by Bart Nogard. Eamon Murphy over the top. The ball comes wide. Rahui on the blind side. He puts a chip through. Right into the corner. A brilliant chip through there to the left-hand side of the field. It was meant for Fuiava, but the ball rolling just at the corner. AJ, just have a look at it again, AJ.
Yeah, he took his options here. He dropped and dived. There's no way he's going to go through there. Good tackle in defence, but he timed the kick to perfection. Look at that, just a yard from the try line, a yard from the corner flag. And of course, good pressure there from Edwin Fuiava, who was chasing through. So Suburbs here in a tremendous situation. Let's see if they can take advantage of it.
On a second half, we'll be halfway through the second half, AJ. And obviously Marist have done the right thing. They've called a shortened line out, so the Suburbs forwards have to go back. It's a good throw in. Well taken by Gallaher.
Yes, I think Suburbs got themselves a bit confused there. They had a great opportunity there. They called a two-man line out with their two locks in there. Nick Ledger, Richard Fremont and Mark Wurzel. They went right in between them. And of course, Patrick Gallaher had a free jump.
Yeah, I think the call was by the Marist team. It was their throw, AJ, and they called a short line out, making sure that the Suburbs players had to go back 10 yards. Tavita at the front. It's bobbled ball. Tucked by Fremont. Eamon Murphy takes it through. Marist on the tag again. Play on again. It's anybody's ball in there. Whose ball is it? Akarangi is not sure. It come back Suburbs side. Suburbs winning on the ball, bobble ball. Ronnie Clark straightens up. Tattles hands off a Chong. Gus Ledger stays on his feet. Ronnie Clark in there again. Secures the ball. Malcolm Holm drives it forward. Suburbs hot on the attack. Just inside the Marist 22. Scrum it up, says Mr. Wallstrom. Suburbs going forward. Suburbs scrum. Smack in the middle of the field. On the 22, AJ. Suburbs hot on attack.
They certainly are. They seem to be running the ball left and right, but still not be able to bridge this defence. Had a good opportunity there. Ronnie looked very dangerous, drawing his man, fed inside to Edmund Farwell, but the defence was there, rolled him on his back, tried to get it back, but of course there was no play, so referee Ben Walsham gave the ball to Suburbs. And here they are hot on attack. Let's see what they can do with it.
This is where the Marist scrum has got to be very strong. John Akarangi, very experienced again. Young Malcolm Holm, boy of the future. Two very good front rows against each other again.
I want him square. I want him up. I want him up.
Glenn certainly having a word to both of the props to keep their heads up, hands up.
Good scrum. Not a good option to hold that ball in the scrum, Matt Whistle. Oh, it's a penalty. Mike Lunovic offside. I said not a good option. Mark Burkwhistle hold the ball and he proved me wrong, AJ.
Well, that's not hard to do. But I say, disappointed there from Michael Lunovic. He thought the ball was coming out, but the foot of Mark Wurzel just kept it in and he had committed. He jumped back straight away. But of course the infringement had been made, and I guess to me that's his first major mistake he's made, and unfortunately it's not far from in front of the post and it could cost him 3 points.
Yes, it's sad, AJ, because he's had a very good game as Lunovic.
Oh, he's had a very good game. I've been very impressed with his ability to distribute the ball and his tackle. He's made 2 or 3 telling tackles in defence, and it's to come down to this small infringement, and it looks like it could cost him 3 points. He'll be bitterly disappointed.
Terry Rahui try and put Suburbs on level terms. He doesn't make mistakes for them, and that puts it 3 each with 18 minutes to go, AJ. Then last time these two teams played on here in a semi-final, at half-time it was 27 all. Are we going to see a repeat, AJ?
Well, who knows? The way we're going, I wouldn't mind putting my money on, but I can't get to the TAB, unfortunately. But no, it's 3 all, 18 minutes to go. It's going to come down right to the last minute.
Bart Nogard takes play down to Mark Burkwhistle in the 22, but Burkwhistle has a run. Takes it to the yard of the Marist team, just outside his 22. They want quick ball now if they can get it, to give Mr. Rahui a chance, to Terry Rahui to clear it up the field. Puatello's up quick, and that's exactly what they done. Rahui, Matthew Grace, very good backward forward Matthew Grace. He takes it back to Suburbs. He's tackled just on the 10-yard line of Suburbs. Big Kevin Napier driving it in. He sets it back. Lunovic out to Eamon Murphy. He's taking it back in there.
Get out of it, get out of it.
Get out of it, says Mr. Wallstrom. You're over the top.
Yeah, Avon Murphy took that ball up there.
Malcolm Owen was tackled, went over the top. AJ, could he have got away from there?
No, I don't think so. I think the players who started Fulham, we'll see it here. Good play there by Kevin Neepy, took it up. There comes Eamon straight back into the traffic. Falls down, yes, there he goes. He could have actually gone on the other side, but he stayed. He thought, no, let's try and kill it and see if we can get away with it. And it's cost his side a penalty, and also it may cost him 3 points.
Yes, this is a kick for Barton Hogarth. He's about 5 metres over the 10-yard line in the Suburbs half, and it's from his favourite side of the field too. And we've seen earlier on that that both of these first fives can kick goals, AJ, so it could be a very costly penalty given away by young Malcolm Home.
Oh yes, I think it's going to come down to the opportunities have been very few indeed in this game, so this kick here could prove vital in the outcome on this, and I'm sure Barton Hogarth's very well aware of it.
Bit of booing come from the crowd. We don't want to hear any of that nonsense.
They're all getting a bit excited, a bit tense.
It's only one way to silence them. Barton Hogarth. And he does it.
Oh, fine kick. Fine kick in these conditions, Phil. There's a bit of wind, a bit of breeze to contend with there, and I think he was right at the maximum of his distance. He gave it everything he had, and it just crept over the bar by the barest of a few inches.
It's a good pressure kick, and you know, that's the old head there of on a young shoulders. A lot of pressure, and he takes it, and he puts Marist back in front, 6-3, with 15 minutes to go, AJ, but it's still anybody's game.
Definitely so.
Rahui takes it to the 22. Matthew Grace drives it back upfield. Good ball, beautiful back flipped by Lunovic to Xavier Rush. He takes it forward. Suburbs defence still excellent. Barton Hogarth drives field, play just over the 10-yard line of Marist. So Suburbs still on the attack with a Suburbs throw to come.
Yeah, it's good to see. I think Marist have realised there is a bit of wind up there. We can't put the ball up in the air like we did the first half. Maybe we didn't utilise the wind as we should have. So they're taking the ball in their hand. They look a much better side when they've got the ball in their hands. They're taking it up and committing the Suburbs attack. So I think this is the way they're going to play the second half.
Colthurst looking for Fromont. Missed him over the top. Then I'd say again, it's handy to have a guy 6'5", a bird whistle behind him. Not straight. You a choice, said Wallstrom, and of course Marist going for the scrum.
No, definitely not straight. He caught it right. I think Richard's not quite happy. He seems to be running into a bit of interference there, and when Richard's not happy, he wants to tell everybody.
Lunovic to feed the scrum. Grace, Lunovic on the blind side. Well tackled by Ledger on the blind side. No way through for Lunovic, but he sets it up. Marist forwards come in there. Marist lost a lot of ball lately in these sort of situations, AJ. 50-50 ball has gone Suburbs' way, and it's done it again.
Yes, it's disappointing. They seem to have a steady scrum there, and Matthew Grace came off the back, but this number 14, Gus Ledger, was very quick on to Michael Lunovic. Took him ball and all. He was under all sorts of pressure, had to go to deck. Of course, the forwards weren't quick enough to regroup, and hence they've lost possession to Suburbs.
Well spotted by Ledger. What we call spot tattle, and it was a very good spot tattle. Tuala. Good ball through the back line. Fuiaba having a run to the corner. He's tattled meters over. The ball's gone forward in the tattle. Stepped into touch, but it's a knock on. No advantage to Marist. Good ball through the back line. If you look at your AJ, yes, good miss pass by John Namu. Atagavia in the line to Fuiaba.
Looking for support. Good tackle again here. They lose the ball forward.
Yeah, Atagavia backing up, but his tackle, the tackle was heavy on him and he dropped the ball. So Suburbs still looking to attack, AJ, still full of confidence.
Well, they've spent 5 minutes here hot on attack, and they have only got 3 points on the board to show for it, so they're a little bit disappointed. They also look a lot more exciting on attack, Phil, especially the back line. Again, the experienced heads, and John Namu and Ronnie Clark, and of course Ataavi came in at pace and created the overlap. I think one of the few overlaps we've seen in this game. Yeah. They looked dangerous hot on attack, but they couldn't quite finish the move, and they ended up turning over possession to Marist.
Penalty for breaking off the scrum, he said, AJ. It looks like, as you say, more enterprising in the Suburbs backline. It looks like Marist will be very conservative. We've seen nothing through their backline because they've had some good ball. You know, Lunovic has been checking it out, but Barton Hogarth content to take play downfield and to look at gaining possession down in the Suburbs.
Looking to get down there with the kick and create opportunities from there. As I say, the opportunities have been very, very few indeed. So maybe it's the chance when they've done in the semi-final. They've got a chance to run. Let's show a bit of enterprise and take on this back line with a bit of skill and a bit of pace.
Well set up, Matthew Grace. Baton Ogard, did he charge up by Rahui? Mark Birtwhistle takes it in. He's having a good game as a captain's job there today. Both captains, Webber and Birtwhistle. Good ball again to Suburbs. Suburbs seem to do this part of the play better than Marist. There's Ronnie Clark, he's well tackled. Ball just in front of Gus Ledger, and he drops the ball. It's a knock on. Ronnie tackled and just spilling his pass a little bit forward, I thought too, but a knock on by Ledger.
Yes, he was. Again, some good ball here, guys. Puts the ball out wide. Here's a Ronnie. Puts the ball, looking for the option. You see, he's trying to put his man into space, and doing so, he just puts the ball forward. And of course, Gus couldn't hang on to it in these conditions. And it's going to be a scrum to Marist.
Lunovic looks up. Tess Artagavia. He takes it. He said thank you. He put a long kick in. Barton Ogard back there. He's opening it out, AJ. Rua Tapuki, he's looking to run it. Marist to run it out of their 22. It's good ball. Patrick Patello. Rua Tapuki. Very adventurous there from Marist. We said that they weren't going to play anything adventurous, but they tried it there, AJ.
Didn't quite have the numbers though, Phil. I must give them compliments to Suburbs. They chased very well and very hard. And the backs were up on them. And of course they ran to the left. He only had two with him. He had his fullback with him. And he had his winger. And that's all they had. So in the end they had to go to the sideline and put it over.
So important, AJ, as a coach, we keep telling the players to make sure you get back and help out and counter-attack. You can only counter-attack if you've got bodies there. Good line-out win by Ledger. Again, Suburbs having the line-out ball. Ronnie Clark off Johnny Namo. Parkinson in there, he sets it up really, really well. Eamon Murphy nearly comes in offside, but he's pulled back. Rahui, well tackled by John Akarangi. Tuala running the blind side. What is he looking for? There's no way around there. And he's tackled into touch by Lunovic.
Oh, it's like a war of attrition out there, isn't it? I mean, there's the big fella. I mean, John Akaraki, copybook tackle there. Here the ball comes out. There's Rahui, decides to come inside. Not afraid to have a run this ball. Juggles the ball, and that's all the opportunity John Akarangi needed. Good tackle from the big fella.
AJ, I went over to Australia earlier to watch Wales play Australia, and one thing I noticed that the front five of the Five Nations team, they don't tackle and run with the ball like the Southern Hemisphere players, and until they start doing that, they won't be a threat to us anymore down here.
No, the players are all got to be involved today, Phil, and the day of the big five just sitting there plotting from line at the scrum is certainly gone. You've got to be involved.
Good ball again, Ronnie Clark. It's a wide ball. Well taken by Ledger. He takes on Seiko, but Seiko's inside him. Back inside again. Ball just knocked down, Barton Ogard.
They're certainly starting to throw it around. Both sides starting to throw it out. Probably knowing that they've only got 9 minutes to go.
Andrew Boland on at number 19 for Marist.
Yeah, hold up.
Andrew Boland on, I think. Who's missing? Xavier Rush has gone off. Andrew Boland on, wearing number 19 for Marist. There's Tohoi, he drives it forward. Drives it Barton Ogard, but Barton Ogard tackles well.
Good tackle.
Fuiaba. Prepared to have a run, Suburbs. No way through this Marist defence. They've got it again. There's something on here, AJ. They spin it wide. This could be something on. Ledger takes it. Birtwhistle hanging outside. Birtwhistle with the ball. He takes on Lunovic. Well tackled by VAR. Ball comes back to Suburbs side. Referee playing advantage. Ledger well tackled again by Barton Ogard. What a good game Ogard's having in defence. Tuala tackled by Matt Webber. But Suburbs get it again. Played on the floor. Fast and furious now.
Yeah, Suburbs throwing everything. They've now got 8 minutes. They're 3 points behind, creating opportunities. Here we see here, good tackle here from Matt Webber. He's had a fine captain's game. And of course, he's trying to play the ball on the ground. There go the hands. And referee Glenn Rawson right there said, no, you can't do that, fella. Penalty and a relieving Marist side, sucking in the air. It was a big period of play. Managed to put the ball out just over halfway and can turn defence into attack.
We were talking about the defensive work of Lunovic and the tackling. I must say that both first fives, especially Bart Nogat the last 10 minutes, has shown me his defence has been superb, AJ. They've been running at him, but nobody's gone through him. Incredible.
No, the defence on both back lines, as I say, has been very, very tight, and hence there's been no tries, Phil.
Is it so important now, AJ, that the first five has to tackle? Now the Lucies have to stay that little bit longer on the scrum. I don't know how you'd have managed in your day, AJ, if you'd have stayed there any longer.
We never tackled it to make it easy. No, but I think you look back in the archives, you'll even see little Grant Fox. He used to get a bit of a hard time, but he never shirked away from a tackle. I can remember a couple of games against Australia. He certainly pulled off some big ones on the big props and locks running at him. So no, as I say, you've all got to do your work out there today.
Ledger wins it at the front, but VAR through on Tuala. But Suburbs get the ball. They've done that well today, AJ. Parkinson playing first half-back. Terry Rahui looks up and he puts it out on the full.
Again, slow ball coming back from that ruck situation from Suburbs. They managed to snap all the ball, Phil. But as they came back, first five, Rahui was under all sorts of pressure. Hurried kick, couldn't look up. He just booted it and it went out on the full. So they're back just outside the Suburbs 22.
Isn't it funny that you were saying earlier on in the game when we were having a little bit of nonsense, a little bit of dancing between the players, it's all settled down and it's been a great game with a great attitude by both teams, AJ.
Oh, it's a classic final. Tight, tough, not many opportunities, and they're going to go right down to the wire.
Gallaher taps it back. It's well cleaned up by Matt Webber. Lunovic tries to drive it through, but it's knocked down. Bart Nogat knocks it down the field to Ledger. Ledger puts a long kick back downfield. Road to Pookie. He picks it up. I think he took it back in his 22. Doesn't make the difference. He's running it now. Wrong foot's Ledger. He puts one down to Atagavia. Atagavia looking up. He's not risking it. Nobody back there with him. His options are very few. He fires it upfield and puts it into touch. No option there, AJ. Takes it up near to halfway for a throw in to Marist.
They had no numbers down there. It was just a war of attrition, say, a kicking game at that stage. Good kick here from the fullback with Pookie. Had his opportunities. Put it down here. There was no one here but the fullback. He in turn had no support, so he had to use the safety of the touchline.
Throw in by VAR. Retrieved by Grace at the back, but Fromont picks it up. He's facing the wrong way. Referee giving advantage. We'll take the knock on. He says no advantage to Suburbs. It's Suburbs scrum. Well, AJ, 5 minutes to go. Right on the halfway line. What's their options, AJ? Suburbs scrum near to the left-hand touchline. Options, AJ.
Well, I'd say the way they're going at the moment, I'm sure that either going to put one up in the air or put it behind the Marist back line, or let's have an opportunity. Let's use this back line from Suburbs, which they seem to be doing quite well in the second half. Scrum's not too good, though. Makes it very difficult to make something happen from a struggling scrum situation. There we go, putting it across field, the only option left to him.
It's a nice kick too, AJ, but I don't know whether we've got time, or the Suburbs team have time to kick to touch. They've taken in about 5 metres from the 22 of Marist. It'll be a Marist throw. They do well in the scrum. Interesting you say about the scrum. It seems that they want to leave the ball, Suburbs, in the scrum a long time, where instead of getting it away from there quick.
Yes, I don't think Marist have had the dominance or the ascendancy I thought they would with that experienced front row, and all credit to Suburbs. But should be taking more opportunities with these scrums and creating chances out wide where they seem to be a lot more vulnerable, Marist, in the back line.
Very important throw by VAR. Well cleaned up, tapped by Murphy and Kahali, and well cleaned up by Matthew Grace.
Marist revert to kicking that ball out of course from hot on the fence under a lot of pressure. All Suburbs are doing is they're just trying to keep them down here, hoping that Marist make a mistake and they can capitalise on it. Only 3 minutes to go. 3 points would only bring them extra time, so they're definitely looking for the try.
Looking for the try, and it's Suburbs throw. Coulter wants to get this in straight, make sure there's no mistakes with this. Beautifully jumped by Fromont. Tavita takes it in. That's very good ball. It's quick ball too. They'll use it, AJ. They use it to Ronnie Clark. Doubling run is John Namu. He beats one, he beats two defenders. Now ball retention again. Ronnie Clark is in there. The ball has come back. Malcolm Holm did well to get over there. Number one prop forward. Ball comes wide. Ledger wide pass to Birtwhistle. Birtwhistle's going towards his try line. 10 metres, 20 metres outside the try line. Good ruck ball. Here's options here, AJ.
Yes, they'll look up. They can go left and right here. my suspicion they might go to the right hand here, make it easy for the scrum. But again, there was Mark Burwhistle out there, shoulder dummy, number 12 there.
13, good tackle.
And he did the right thing there because the numbers were out wide. The opposition had their numbers marked, so he did the right thing. He took it up and set up to the second phase, and from that they blocked the scrum.
Tuala comes back. Rahui looks at the drop. He's got it. He's got it, AJ. 2 minutes to go. Terry Rahui. And it looks like we're going to play that extra time. A beautiful drop kick. Tahu picked up by Birdwhistle. He takes it blind. Bad bobble ball. Tuala picks it up. Terry Rahui, as I said to you earlier on, these young fellas with old heads on their shoulders, AJ, what a beautiful drop kick.
Oh, it was one they had. They had their opportunities to go left and right. The scrum wasn't 100%, but Mark in the end controlled it. He gave it back. They went right. He jumped to his left. They had all the time in the world to put it right between the sticks. A very vital 3 points. It's tied it up at 6-all with 1 minute and 39 seconds to go.
What will it do psychologically? But Suburbs are not just resting on them, they're going to try things. John Namu a long one over the top. Atagavia, here Ronnie Clark. He's well tackled by Archong. Terry Rahui down the midfield, looking for players to run. Big Tavita takes it at them. What a game this has turned in the last 10 minutes. Again, good football. Rahui's men over. Johnny Namu, Atagavia. Tuiava, well tackled by Marist.
Now hot on attack.
Padre Vitello. Now Marist breaking out.
They want to give away a penalty here, Marist. Be very careful.
Tackled on their 22. Stay back, Suburbs, they said. Marist got the ball.
They've got no backs out there. Halfback will have to
looking up.
Take the opportunity to
Weber
kick.
moves it wide. Patrick Vitello, he takes it on, but he's well tackled by Johnny Namu.
Oh, knock on there.
Knock on.
Very lucky there, Patello. I know they wanted to get down the other end, but he had no numbers. He only had Matt Weber, his skipper, with him. All the backs were tied up in that ensuing ruck. If he'd lost possession there, it would have been good night, nurse. Suburbs would have been in with the try.
Credit to both teams, or AJ. They're not going for, comfort and safety and saying, we'll play the extra time. But both teams want to score now.
There's 10 seconds to go, Phil. Someone's got to do something.
Matthew Grace running at Terry Rahui. He said if Barton Hogarth can tackle, so can I. Very good tackle by Rahui. And that's the end of it, AJ. That's full time. So does that mean we're on overtime? We need a bit of money, me and you. We get overtime.
There's got to be a result here. We've got to have some overtime, Phil. Hold on to your seats. We've got an exciting another 10 minutes to go.
Okay, stay with us, ladies and gentlemen, because it's still exciting. Anybody's game. We'll be back after this break. We'll be back after this break.
The South Bank Show presents spy novelist John le Carre, putting espionage in the hands of his readers.
People want to interpret their lives in terms of conspiracy. They know that it's around them.
John le Carre on the South Bank Show at these times on ATV.
Hi, I'm Peter Rees. I don't need to tell you what great cars Ford manufacture. You already know that. I want to tell you about us and why we should be the dealer of your choice. When you own a new Ford or quality used car from Papakura Ford, you get much more than a great car and great value. You get us as well. That means a total package that extends from our first-class workshop through to the best after-sales service anywhere. We care about the cars we sell, and we care about the customers who own them. Hopefully, that will be you.
Welcome to Hunters Plaza Pharmacy and the top names in cosmetics: Estee Lauder, Revlon, Elizabeth Arden, Lancaster, Inoxa and Shiseido. They have a very efficient prescription service and a team of consultants ready to help. Hunters Plaza Pharmacy. Hunters Plaza, Papatoetoe.
The Art of Sleeping. Unique American-style quilts in beautiful cotton colours, just $120. Duvets and shams to match. Famous fairy down inners, feather and down mix, warm and comfortable from $150. Household linens.
Know the feeling? You know it's good for you. Naturally hot thermal water. Waiwera Thermal Resort has a new health spa facility. Private and luxurious with sauna, steam room and sunbeds. The latest addition at Waiwera. Naturally hot.
When you're hit by a stone, easy, easy, pick up the phone. Easy, easy, tell us your name and where you are. The make and model of your car. The car supplies, order glass.
Everyone feels the need to be in control of his or her time, but few people actually achieve this goal. Imagine being able to control the events that compete for your time, being able to accomplish more in less time, reduce demands, prioritise tasks and activities. We'll show you how hundreds of thousands of people worldwide have learned to live more productive and satisfied lives through the Time Quest seminar, together with the Franklin Day Planner from Franklin Quest. Public seminars, in-house seminars, supporting productivity products.
Hello Auckland, I'm Tim Dower. Join me on ATV weeknights for the news of our region, the news of our city, reports from around the region. The newsmakers live in the studio.
ATV News with Tim Dower, 5:30 and 7:30 weeknights.
And welcome back to Eden Park number 1. And with me we have great All Black AJ Wetton, and now the assistant coach of the Auckland team. AJ, this is extra time. We said it could happen. They did it last time they was on this paddock together. What's your feelings, AJ?
Well, the rugby certainly came alive in that last 5 minutes when the Suburbs threw everything at them, and then a great drop goal to tie them from Terry Rahui. Well, 10 minutes to go. I still can't decide. I have my own personal opinion for that we could end up with a draw after another 10 minutes each way.
It's 10 minutes each way for our viewers, as I say, they've tied before, so extra time. The last time Suburbs cracked, let's see who's going to crack this time. As Barton Ogard takes play upfield to Bert Whistle. They've reversed this. It seems that Barton kicks off, Bertie takes it up, drives it forward about 10 yards over the 22, back to Terry Rahui, and he finds a right foot touch. No, he doesn't. It doesn't. It goes back to Rua Tapuki. He took his eye off the ball. That's the first mistake of this extra time. Both these teams are going to be tired. No, there was no communication between Lunovic and Tupuki, and Tupuki looked up, took his eye off the ball, and Terry Rahui's kick takes play right down to the Marist 22, AJ.
Well, let's see if they can take advantage of this. They've been down there before without the results, and that's a 5-pointer. So here they are. Let's see what they can do.
A team must always get points when they get into their opponent's 22. Tuala runs out the back door, picked up by Aroni Clark. He straightens up. He's well tackled by Puliatu, but Aroni sets it in. It's a good ball there. See some fierce rucking going in.
Overzealous rucking, reverse the decision. Totally agree with Ben Molson there. The ball was there. Right, we'll probably see this on the replay. See, the ball goes down there. It's tied up.
Matt Webber's over the top.
There's the prop.
Matt Webber's over the top.
And then the next one who comes in over the top, pretty ridiculous. Nowhere near the ball. Could have done a bit of damage there. So Nick Ledger's getting the ticking off there from
AJ, there's two thoughts to that though. I agree with you, we don't want that overzealous rucking, but if the referee would have blown quicker for Matt Webber being over the top, then Suburbs would have had the penalty. But Barton Ogard takes play downfield. Referee Wallstrom was right to penalise over a competitor. If he'd have blown earlier, I think it could have gone to...
I agree with the fact that Matt was in the way there. The other prop, Malcolm Holm, saw that he was trying to get him out of the way by rucking his shoulder. There's nothing wrong with that. But then the next one came over the top. Definitely dangerous play coming to the head of another player.
Exactly.
We don't want that.
Oh, you're right. Good line-out ball again from Ledger. Rahui. Johnny Namu, well tackled by Matt Webber. That rucking didn't hurt him. He's a good player. He's a gutsy player. He's a good captain.
Go back, hold back.
This is where I believe Suburbs have had the better of the game, AJ. He's in this second phase ball. Tuala, bit of a high tackle there from Matt Grace. Referee didn't see it. Suburbs got the ball again. Bert Whistle, he's everywhere. He's having a storming game. Thrown to the ground by Akarangi, but again the ball is still there.
Nick
Ledger takes it through.
Let it go.
Some fierce rucking going in there now. Tuala, Terry Rahui, chip over the top of Barton Ogard. Well marked by Lunovic.
Exciting period of play there. Suburbs definitely putting the pressure on now against the Marist defence. They haven't cracked us yet. That's a fine kick there from the number 9, Lunovic. He's been an exceptional game today. Look at that, driving them 50 yards downfield, putting Marist now on attack, and letting Suburbs having to soak up some defence.
Yes, you're right, AJ. Good half-back game. He reads the ball, where the ball is, Lunovic is, and Rahui, nice little gentle, intelligent kick over the top. But there's the 8-eye tackle coming in, AJ. It looked a bit of an 8-eye tackle. Mr. Tuala seemed to feel it.
Well, he was trying to milk it, I think. I think it's definitely the tackle was high, but it was round the shoulder area, and there was no malice about it. It wasn't intentional.
I don't know about milking. He'd probably only be able to drink milk for a fortnight after that one, AJ.
Oh, you're getting soft in your old age, Phil.
I was always soft, AJ. And there's the ball coming back. Eamon Murphy pushes Birtwistle to the ground. Rahui takes play. A very good kick again. But who's back there? It's gone forward. It's knocked forward. Ledger in there. Lunovic stopped it from winning a touch. He knocked it forward. Ledger went in. There's advantage of Suburbs. They got the ball. Aroni Clark wide. Fuiava. He's tackled midfield. Can Suburbs win this ball? They've got it again. Tuala, Johnny Namu. He goes back inside. Lunovic. He straightens up. Parkinson. Oh, he should have held on to that one. Looked outside him. Nobody there, but it's advantage, I think, to Suburbs as a knockdown. And young Barton Hogarth is down there.
Oh, great period of play there.
Well, have a look at this again. JJ.
Look at his skills. Chops inside Lunovic on the right foot. Does it again there to the Bogart. Just managed to clip his boot on the way through. There was throwing the ball away there. Had the opportunity there to hold on to the ball.
But if you see there, AJ, the two Suburbs front row forwards there together. Colthurst and Home. You know, they're getting around everywhere, this young front row. Barton got a bit of a bang on the back of the head. Again, he was across to try and tackle Johnny Namu. Just got his arm to him.
Good set of play there from Suburbs. First time the Marist defence was stretched, come the blind side. John Namu using his skills, looked ominous there, but just throwing the ball away. Wasn't really under any pressure there. I think it was a new player, number 17, Lalovi Lankalide.
Yeah. No, it was Parkinson.
Parkinson, if he held onto that ball, it could have been dangerous.
No, I think you're right, AJ. It is Lavuli Lankildi.
Alibi Blankilde, yeah. So just held onto the ball and set up the ruck situation. I'm sure if they'd won it from that, they could have gone either way and gone over into one of the corners and put 5 points on the board.
Rahui looking for a drop kick. Pressure's on him from Lunovic. Namu will tattle by Greece, but it's well set in. The Suburbs forwards are there. They're looking for quick ball. Aroni Clark, Ledger. Bit of a flying tackle from Seko. Bit of a shoulder tackle. Referee says it's all right. Birtwistle's there.
Let it go.
Akarangi comes over the top, but Suburbs have the ball. Good retention. Johnny Namu. Going towards the touchline, thrown to the ground. Marist seemed to smuggle it back, but Tuala picks it up again. He's having a dip himself. Tackled by Robbie Archong.
Let it come.
Aroni Clark. Rahui. Tuhoe, he's a try scorer. We've seen him the last 2 weeks scoring tries. He's gone away from it. He sets it up. Suburbs out on attack. Marist throwing everything into defence. Terry Rahui. Aroni Clark. Aroni Clark straightens it up. Takes it into John Akarangi. Aaron Colters. This is excellent play by Suburbs. Ball retention. Hatagavia. Teddy Rahui. Ball on the floor. Ledger sets it in. Rolls it back to his brother Nick Ledger.
Oh, what a period of play.
Offsides.
What a period of play there. Great attacking skills there from Suburbs.
Let's have a look at it again, AJ. Rahui out wide. Altagavia.
Ball comes down. There it is on the ground there. Who picks it up? But Ledger again. Look at the defence here. Here comes a big fellow, a new replacement over the top, tackles his brother Nick Ledger. The ball comes forward, and of course the Suburbs player's caught offside when he makes the ensuing tackle. Great period of play there from Suburbs, but great defence there also from Marist. Looked as though they were broken several times, but managed to pick themselves up and get together again and stop the rampaging Suburbs going for the try line. Exciting period of play.
I've been calling Parkinson the number 17 for Suburbs, and of course it's Lauli Lankildi, and number 19 on Murphy for Marist. Des Allen came on for Barton Hogarth while he's at his edge strap, so Barton's back on the field with his edge strap. Marist looking to make a substitution. I think Robbie Archong is going off for Marist.
Let's turn the garage.
That's an unkindly bounce. He said, I don't get that in baseball, said young Ledger. He puts a kick back downfield.
Retire!
Pulitello looks up. He said, I'll find touch. Halfway line. It's halfway line, AJ. 1 minute, 39 to go.
Well, the game's certainly picked up in intensity and excitement since this extra half, and both teams are realising it. There's just 10, 11 minutes to go in this game. You've got to throw everything at it, the kitchen sink, the freezer, whatever you've got, and this is exactly what they're doing.
It's a long throw on the back of the line. Fromont wins this, just takes it off Murphy.
Watch your feet, watch your feet!
Watch your feet, says referee Wallstrom. Ball's back on the Suburbs side. Terry Rahui, he sees the chip, open space. Ball comes back this side. Barton Hogarth is onside from broken play. Marist take it in. Marist ball. Pugliatello.
Well done from Matthew Grace. Good support play.
Simon Afoka is on there now, wearing number 20. Pugliatello. Good kick through to the corner. Who's back there? Mr. Birtwhistle. He'll minor that one for a dropout 22. Both teams are tired. You see Matt Grist on his knees here, AJ. The boys are tired. It's got to be hard. It's 80 minutes that they've gone over 80 minutes.
Oh yes, they're getting very tired now. I see Jose Thomas is on, and also George Patia. So one of the props has gone off there. Looks like John Ekaringi's gone off the field, being replaced by George Patia.
Patea, a very good forward too, AJ.
Yeah,
he's played some good rugby for this year in the Marist team.
He had a trial here for the Auckland side, and he had a trial and showed some promise, and I think will make a good representative probably in another 2 or 3 years when he gains some experience.
Big lad, isn't he?
Oh, huge man! Look at the size of this. Obviously, there's been an infringement. Touch judge has come in, and looks like there's John Ekaring. He's come back on the field. So yes, he's gone to hooker. So the hooker Andrew Varr has gone on the field, and John Ekaring has gone into hooker in this place.
And he's talking to referee Wallstrom. Wallstrom has penalised John Akarangi for something. Indiscretion at that last line out. So it's a penalty to Suburbs. What are they going to do? They're undecided. It's too far a kick, I think, for Rahui to go for.
Too far in the range.
Put it into touch, because it's that's the end of it. That's half time.
I think it'll be half time when he gets us in the touch. You look at his watch. So let's have a breather.
Is there any injury time this half? Yes, there must be, because the time's up on the clock. But Mr. Wallstrom said we'll play this line out. Very important position here too, AJ. Mr. Rahui, Terry Rahui will be looking for a drop kick from you if they win good line-out ball, because every second counts and every point counts this time of the part of the game. He's blown up for full time. Oh, sorry, blown up for half time. That's the end of that half. AJ Wetton, how do you see it? Still 3-all.
Oh, very exciting stuff. There's no half time here. They should just change over and keep going. I don't think there's a breather, or is there?
There's 1 minute breather, and I just see referee Wallstrom.
Let's see if we can listen and pick up what he's trying to say.
10 minutes to go. Give it your best.
John Akarangi very unhappy with the look of it, AJ, with a decision against him down there.
Well, I think he said it was off the ball. There was maybe something late tackle, or he came in late, and he said it had no bearing on the result, so why should he have been penalised? He took that up with the linesman, and in turn the linesman took it up with Mr. Wallstrom, and he was penalised. But no, a good attacking play. Good half for Suburbs. Probably could have scored a try a couple of times, especially in the last 2 minutes. Down in the corner here, some desperate defence here from Marist. Managed to hold them out, how I don't know. And in the ensuing couple of minutes, Marist got themselves out of trouble and managed to put a wee bit of a pressure on Suburbs. But I'd give that 10 minutes to Suburbs, but unfortunately for them, they haven't got any points on the board.
Yeah, it seems that they win in a lot of second phase, third phase ball, Suburbs, but the defence of the Marist team is very, very good indeed, AJ. You know, I give credit to referee Welshman today. This wouldn't be an easy game to referee, and he's taken control superbly. You know, the little niggle that we had at the beginning, he put that to sleep, and he's on control, and he's hardly made a mistake, hardly put a foot wrong, and he's enjoying the game, isn't he?
Oh, well, I think it's important, as I say, both teams, if we were a niggle to start, we've got it sorted out. One went to the sin bin, and they realised any more of this stuff, and you could be spending the rest of the time on the sideline. So the guys got down to play rugby. It's been very hard, very tough, a torrid affair physically up front, and say no quarter given in the back lines, and the opportunities have been very rare indeed. But now the game's come alive. There's only 10 minutes to go at the end of this, and someone's going to be a winner. Or is it going to be another draw, Phil? I wouldn't like to pick.
If you look at the size of this George Pat here, he's got put a bit of steel into this front row, this big front row of Marist. But then again, as we said, Suburbs have handled it well, haven't they? And they've been winning the line-out ball.
I think they've been a lot more adventurous, Suburbs, and to say just only different defence has kept them out from scoring that valuable try.
Again, as we did start of the second half, the original second half, a nice kick off by Rahui, and the Marist team sleeping, AJ, and we got a line-out. This is a repeat of the second half.
Rahui's doing it well. He's keeping it low and flat in these conditions, Phil. The ball's slippery, a wee bit of moisture around. I don't think the Marist pack are keen to take on the ball, and they'd rather have a line-out than put a knock on and give the scrum away to Suburbs.
John Akarangi throwing in, AJ, and of course I know that you and Graham Henry are looking at John as a cover for hooker for the Auckland team.
Yes, at this stage he certainly has been playing a bit of prop and hooker, but we're certainly looking at him as a hooker, and he'd have the inside running at this stage to number 2 on in place of Sean Fitzpatrick.
So his throwing in has got to be important. He finds his partner Kevin Napier and takes it himself, drives it in, sets it up. Good ball by Marist to Bart Nogard, who's heavily bandaged around the head, but he didn't find touch. Ledger takes it up, he's running it wide.
Run into trouble.
Fuiava, he's run into trouble, Fuiava, but they've said it again. They've got good ball. They retain the ball very, very well indeed. And there's Rahui dancing and jinking. Atagavia, but the defence of both teams is superb. There's no way through, and he's bustled in to touch the far side of the field.
Yes, old Terry Rahui certainly is not afraid to have a run and chance his arm, and he's looked a lot more enterprising and adventurous on his feet than his opposite, Barton Hoggard, but who's also been very solid. But he's not afraid to have a go. He's gained a valuable 20 yards.
Suburbs crowd in full cry out there. Ronnie Clark, it's a wide one to Ledger. He's tackled, half tackled by Segal. Gets to his feet. He's only half tackled. John Namo, Ronnie Clark, like a pair of back row forwards in there. They've set it up again. Aaron Colthurst, Markham Home, they both there. Rahui trying a drop goal. Bit of a speculator there, AJ. It might come off for him though. Runs into the corner, Patea back there, but it's rolled over the 22. That could have gone anywhere, AJ.
Yeah, it was a bit of a lucky chance. He thought, why not? Let's have a crack and see where he ends up. And it did actually could have rolled out on the corner there, Phil, and put Suburbs in a great position.
Yes, it would have been. But I think he went for the drop kick and he just come off the side of his boot. That ball's going to be slippery and greasy out there now. It's just all about who makes the mistakes, AJ, in this part of the game. 7 minutes left to play. Marist to drop out from the 22. Barton Hoggard gives a long one. Again, as I said, rehearsed, because there's Burt Whistle. Every time Hoggard kicks out, Burt, he takes it. He sets it up. Good ball by Suburbs. Suburbs forwards. There's a hand in there.
Well, someone killing it. Let's see who gets up. It could have been number 3, John Akarangi. He wasn't happy.
Mr. Froman taps him on the head and says, John, you can't do that. Well, and I think Mr. Akarangi thought about going and telling him he could, but had a second mind on it.
See John, yes, he's fallen on top of Mark Wilson. There's no way the ball's coming out. Let's see who goes in there. Yes, I think it's Talanoa. He goes in there, gives him a tap and says, fella, he may have taken a bit of exception. Kept his discipline, though. Wasn't marched another 10. Didn't retaliate. But the damage was done. He'd given away 3.
Mr. Akarangi from the old school, he's seen all these tricks before. You've invented some of them, I suppose.
Not my tricks, pal. Probably the things he picked up in the coal mines when he was playing for you over there in Wales.
So there's a couple of injuries, a couple of players down, AJ. Those muscles. There's Mr. Captain Burt Whistle down there.
He's holding his ribs, might be a cartilage. see how serious it is if he can get up or...
Oh, you won't take him off today, AJ, not in this game. He's going to stay there for the depth. And I think that's Johnny Namu having a leg rub over the far side too.
So they've been playing now close to, what is it, 90, 100, 105 minutes. So there's some tired boys out there, and here comes the rain. It's not going to make it any easier.
This will be a magnificent kick if Rahui kicks this one. He's...
As I say, has there been many opportunities, Phil? This would be a valuable kick. 3 points here. It's certainly put Marist under all sorts of pressure. They haven't really got out of this half. Been bogged down in their 22. Suburbs have been throwing everything at them. They've been doing it well and keeping them, as I say, tied up in this 22.
Terry Rahui then, with 6 minutes on the clock, to see if he can put Suburbs in. Second half of extra time. Gallaher Shield final. Suburbs Marist. He's caught it. Looks a good one. It looks a beauty, but it's just wide. Heart sinking the Marist mouths as the ball just floats across the front of the post. Terry Rahui shakes his head, unhappy with that, but he shouldn't be unhappy with the way he's playing, AJ. He's had a very good game.
Oh, he's had a very good game. He struck that ball well, to say. Just a bit of wind up there. A bit hard to direct where it's coming from, and just drag it to the left of that upright. But it doesn't matter. Marist here are still on defence in their 22. They've got to get out of here, and they haven't looked as though they're going to be doing it for the last 5 or 6 minutes.
Bart Nogard. Speculator kick downfield. This is a dangerous kick. Atagavia's back there. He gathers, looks up, nobody back, and that's a good kick right downfield, taking play halfway between the 22 and the try line of Suburbs, and it's their turn to defend this time. Marist out on the attack, and I noticed first half, the first time, AJ, that Marist got in the Suburbs 22, they scored, and it's so important now. It's their first time back there for a long time.
It does, and actually that was good play, because the kickoff, they chased hard for the first time. Marist tapped back, Akarangi, John took it up very well, but he managed to feed the ball to his skipper, Matt Webber, who's been everywhere, and he booted it 60 yards downfield, and here they are 10 yards from the try line. Amon Murphy, great take.
This is the good drive. This is where they scored the last time they played on this ground. This corner, Akarangi has the ball. Kalahari takes it, drives it with him. They're big, they're strong, and they're dangerous in this situation, Marist. Lunovic, Matt Webbers goes towards the line. Terry Rahui tackles him. Held up inches from the line. It's a scrum. Marist ball. This is where they'll use their big front row, AJ.
Well, so they've pulled out 1 or 2 big scrums today. Haven't really been special. Here we see Matt Webber take it up. And there he goes. Look, he's just getting the weight behind them now. There goes John Akarangi. There goes Matthew Grace. Give him support, but no, just short of the line. Looks like there's a slight injury here to number
John
3.
Akarangi.
John Akarangi.
Pulled a hamstring. Never used to pull hamstrings prop forwards in my day, AJ.
Yeah, but you always thought your hamstring was in your collarbone.
That's true too. AJ, tell us a little bit about yourself. It's great to have you with us today, but I know you got the job with the Auckland team, but are you also over in Japan now?
Yes, I've got a contract up in Japan there with my wife Nick and the kids, and we'll be heading off at the end of the season with Auckland, so it's all busy and going at the moment. Looking forward to it.
Great to have you with us, AJ, and all the best for the season.
Thanks.
And you're as a dangerous attacking scrum to Suburbs. Marist on the shove. They got the weight on. The scrum's gone down. Balls come out. Matthew Grace is driving towards the line. Is he over the line? He's held up.
Nothing there. On his own, post tackle back out.
Lalu Lankildi underneath that, saying, please sir, I'm underneath him.
Here it comes off the back.
Matthew Grace drives into Burtwist and he gets it underneath him. Lalu Lankildi's into there. He says, I'm under there, Mr.
Good defence,
Mr. Referee, I'm all right.
Looks ominous here.
Got a chance again. Scrum pressure's on. There's a huge front row there. But Suburbs not going anywhere. But Marist keeping it on. They're keeping it in the scrum. They're going for the big shove. The big shove is on. Akarangi comes up. So does Coulters. No quarter asked, none given in that front row, AJ Wharton.
No, you would have known what it's like in your day, Phil.
Oh,
you mean machine, you tiger of a man. But
we
then you
used
see
to love it. We used to love
They
it.
both had enough and got a bit hot under there, so John thought, hey, let's bring it up. Let's get a bit tight.
That's where the game's won and lost, AJ, and in these dying minutes, 2 minutes left on the clock. Again, Marist going for the big shove. Again, Suburbs doing their best to hold them out. Matthew Grace controlling it back. He picks up, drives to Lankildy. Lankildy holds onto him. Hangs on for dear life, but the ball is there. Good ruck ball again.
Lankildy just fell the right way, just stopped the ball there as Matthew Grace, here he goes again, he takes it up. Lankildy couldn't quite take him in the tackle. There's Rahui over the top. Look at him, he just falls the right way and that ball's not going anywhere.
Look at Terry Rahui in that tackling. It's anybody's now.
Not shaking his responsibilities.
Those boys are tired in that front row. Both front rows have done well. Tavita Coltis Holmes against Patia, Akirangi and Nipia.
Suburbs doing well here, a lot more experienced front row, and they're holding them out at the moment. Going for the fourth scrum, let's see what they do.
Matthew Grace again, same options, runs at the line, he's over the line, he's in.
Back out 5.
No, he doesn't drive it a line, he was, but he couldn't put it down.
If you watch him getting up, I think Grace has scored this try, AJ Wetton. Let's have a look at him there.
How did he get away from that? Lankildy let him go. There's Rahui, he's still bustling.
Rahui's knees may have held him up off the ground. Well, it's 1 minute, 12 seconds to go. And they're going to try it for the third time. He's gone blind this time. It's a blindside pass. It's a good shot in the corner.
He's in the corner.
What a marvellous try. Patrick Patello dives over in the corner.
Oh, they sucked him in there. There it goes off the back.
Matthew Grace.
Out to the full-back. Time has passed. And there was Edmund Patello.
He dives under, and there it goes. There's the winner for Marist. There's the winner for Marist. 30-odd seconds on the clock, AJ.
On this flight, cigarettes are grounded. My answer